Hello and welcome from the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, home to the Canadian Grand Prix, for today's qualifying session. Looking at this field today, Ant, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance, maybe run the harder of the available compounds and save some of the grippy tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying,
amazing performance out there. You must be really happy. What was the secret of your qualifying pace? Do you feel that you don't need to practice? Appreciate your time.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
we're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average lap speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk briefly about Daniel Ricciardo. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen and Perez, Ocon, Hülkenberg, Varsandi and Roman Grosjean. Alonso, Sainz, Sebastian Vettel. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Ericsson, Van Dorn, Magnussen, Sergei Sirotkin, and Brendan Hartley. Leclerc and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
We've qualified above where we expected to be, so try your best. Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. The gap to the leader is 3.4 seconds. A new strategy is available on the MFD. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the ultra softs. Okay, just to advise you, we're expecting the tyre grip to start falling off noticeably around now, but this set should be okay for a while longer despite that. Pit window open. Let's box this lap. Okay, focus. We need to stay on form. Don't forget, box this lap. Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Brendan's in for his stop. The distance to the leader is 3.8 seconds. Gap to teammate behind is 21.9 seconds. Brilliant maneuver. 2 places at once. We have excess fuel weighing us down. Set the fuel mix to mode 3. Let's push. Okay, gap to leader, 3.8 seconds. Our gap behind is 3.3 seconds. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, the gap behind is 8.6 seconds. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race. Yes, 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 we're on the podium. Good job this weekend, great drive, thank you.
So as they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly well-deserved win. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
So here come our winning drivers today, and what a race it was. There's been a big push at the factory lately to get these cars ready, and we can see the fruits of that labour today as Red Bull lift the winner's trophy. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Daniel Ricciardo takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
My driver of the day was Charles Leclerc. He did a cracking...
Great work out there today. How do you think it went? Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? You must be happy with the result today. Things looked close between you and your rival for a bit, but you came out on top, didn't you? We all underestimated you, didn't we? Great! Well, that's everything.
Just wanted to say congrats on the podium, it's thoroughly deserved. We were sweating those last few laps on the pit wall, but you brought it home.